Yo, what's up, family? How you guys doing? Welcome to this brand new video based on support and resistance. How do you identify support and resistance, and how support and resistance are formed, and how they are important in today's trading? So, whether you are a beginner or whether you are an experienced trader, understanding the concepts of support and resistance is absolutely crucial in being a successful trader. So stick around to the very end. Please don't miss or skip any part of this video, as it won't make any sense. You need to stick around till the end. So, understanding support and resistance. Number one, what exactly is support and resistance? Now, I do have lines in my chart over here for some sort of background, as in how does this work. So why are they important, or what are they? So think of them as the foundation and like a ceiling of price movements. So for example, a support is primarily like a floor that prevents the price from falling further, just as here. And resistance is like a ceiling where there's a limit, how high a price can go, and it's finding some form of resistance, some form of difficulty in passing a certain level. So that's the basic understanding of how support and resistance work. Support, so when you go into more depth, you would say support is often seen at levels where the price has historically stopped falling, and resistance is vice versa, is where the price movement is actually struggled to rise above historically. They normally represent areas where buyers and sellers have historically made significant decisions. So, i.e., support where will be there would be some form of demand for buyers, and that's where pressure will be coming up from buyers to stepping in to see where they can hold a price, and resistance is where they normally look to sell, because in the past that area has been some form of a struggle. So if we were to dive deep into this, so how can we actually identify these levels if we were trading on a normal chart? This chart is actually just BTC chart. As we can see, it's a BTC pair, BTC against USD. So what we have to normally do, you have to look for points where price has consistently bounced back up and down to form a support, or struggled through resistance, as I previously mentioned that. So you can use tools such as trend lines. So you can use trend line, a simple trend line just like this, or you can use a horizontal line, just like I've used one here, and you can bring it anywhere on the chart, such as, let's say we bring it up here, and then you can color code this green, because support would normally be green and resistance would normally be colored as red, just for your simplicity, to make it simple for yourself. That's how I like to do it. You can color code it as you like. However, so if we see here, this is a 4-hour chart, so it's a longer time frame. I can explain in further videos how can you trade on different time frames. On this video, we're just going to talk about just basic support and resistance. How can you see them? How do you identify support and resistance? And how could you normally trade off just support and resistance? However, there are numerous ways where you can trade the market using support and resistance, including some other indicators on the chart. But in this video, we are just going to focus on support and resistance. we can see that the price actually, it fell from this level here, 43,800, and it on this candle, as you can see, and it literally dropped all the way to around 40,000. So it dropped around $3,500, and it formed a wick. Now what are wicks are normally a line on a candle, like a long line or a small line is normally a wick, and this is normally a body, but I can explain this further in another video. So we want to see how many times does an actual candle or price bounces in a certain area. So we can see this is a strong support because it's bounced once, it's bounced twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then it's bounced away. So we can see that there's some form of buyers coming in this level. Whenever the price reaches this certain price level, buyers step in, and the price generally moves away from that level. So we can see that if you was to come and buy Bitcoin today, then you would want to come and see on a longer term time frame, depending how you want to trade the market, whether it's a good time to buy or whether it's good time to sell if you are already in the market, or if you are not, then whether you need to wait. Or is there any other indicator suggesting you can trade the market? That will be covered in further videos down the line in the advanced series. This is just a beginner level, just to understand what are support and resistance. So when a price has actually gone to a certain level, more than is if it's made 2 touches or more on a certain level, you can generally make a support. Vice versa, if there's been 2 touches or more on a certain price level on the upside, you can say that's a resistance. So in this scenario, we will say this area up here, since we can see there's loads of touches up here, this we can say is a resistance temporarily. Okay, every time the price has reached around this level, it's normally fell. Sometimes you can get a fake out, which the price will rise thinking it's going to go higher, and then it can drop back down, and then can easily come back down underneath that resistance area. So you do need to be careful. So this is how you will identify support and resistance. So how can you use precisely support and resistance? Now, as I explained, that if a price has moved in a certain direction and it's actually formed support by making 2 touches minimum, 2 touches or more, you can buy. So if we were in this scenario where the price has actually come to this level and you see two to 3 touches, you can generally buy, and you can have a stop loss depending how are you trading it. If you are trading it long term, then you can have a stop loss either below the previous wick. So if you are trading here, you can have a stop loss below this wick, and then you can find, and then if it was to fail this support, and then you will have to wait to see a certain direction in the market to go back in. Or you could play where you can enter with a 25% position, and you can slowly add to your position if you see confirmation. There is another way to play this where you can DCA into the asset. So if it was to fall down to a different support, such as if it fell down to an area of support around here, which is a significant gap, you can DCA in, so you could enter 25% in, 25% here and here. I can explain this in another video. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe, and comment below what kind of topics you want me to cover. And if there's anything in this video that you've not understood clearly, I can probably cover this in another video. However, this is just the basic understanding of how you can just trade on support and resistance. So you can buy whenever you see 2 to 3 touches, and when it's rising, when the price is rising and you see a price struggling to go above a certain direction, and you can see 2 or 3 touches on the upside, or what you will have to do is, sorry, made that line by accident. You will have to go to the previous candles. So if you were trading here, how could you say this would have been a resistance? You will have to go to the previous candles and see if this area, if the price actually struggled in that area. So we can see before this candle drop, we can see price around here where I originally had made my line, around here, 42,600, sorry, 43,000, roughly around here. Previously this was a support. Well, price hit in around this area, it was a support and it bounced a bit higher. However, the candlestick which led the price to go down significantly was a significant candle. The price movement was quite huge. So if you were to get out of position, if you were a conservative trader, and you want to be a bit more careful in your positioning, you think you've oversized, you can desize your position around here, because this area was a support some candles ago. This area you will normally see some form of resistance. So this is why we see resistance coming in this area. This area was a support, a temporary support rising, and then this area here is a resistance. So you can get out in that area, and you can see if you had if you had got out here, you would have seen a price drop of around 5%, and you could have got back in when that price had touched this area again, just because of these candles. This is the beauty of support and resistance. And by the way, this is a 4-hour chart, so this can take some time to play out. So you can trade different time frames. There's a 15-minute, 1 hour, the 2-hour, or the 4-hour, or the daily. However, if you are a swing trader, I can explain what a swing trader, a day trader, an intraday trader are in a separate video. But trading on a longer time frame, this is how you will normally trade it. So this is, just to wrap it up, support is where there is a floor, buyers are coming in, price is not going down below a certain area, that would be a support. A resistance is where the price is finding difficulty rising higher than that certain level, and buyers are not, sellers are stronger than buyers. And that's the basic understanding of how support and resistance work in trading. Of course, mastering these concepts takes a lot of practice. Identifying these key levels from the past takes some practice, and also incorporating these strategies with combining them with some other strategies used in trading takes some practice as well. This is just support and resistance. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below, and stay tuned for further videos. Peace.